Okay, welcome back to City National Arena. We'll try this again, take two. UNLV ties the score up at 1, so 6:34 to go, first period from City National. Sorry if you had tuned in with no audio, and hopefully it's working out. We're trying a new wireless mic, and so there's obviously issues with that. Plotsky just scored to tie things up at 1, so it's 16-18 to go, first period. Plotsky ties it up at 1. So like last night, Arizona State gets on the board early, and then UNLV tied it up, and now UNLV is going to go on a power play. We'll get the update on what exactly the infraction is, but Holston's going to go in the penalty box, and UNLV is going to go on the power play. Face-off down in the UNLV end. One there by Arizona State. Important face-off win as it goes down to Gordichuk. Jesse Gordichuk getting his first start for UNLV today. And game 2 of this series, game number 4 on the year. Here's UNLV into the offensive end. Tries to throw it back to the point. Eric Williams couldn't handle the puck. Puck goes back to the UNLV end as Arizona State doing a good job of heavily forechecking, and again they send it down, forcing UNLV to go back and get the puck, and Gordichuk comes out to meet the puck and give it off as UNLV sets up for another trip down the ice. Up through the middle, here's Woodward. Woodward can't quite control it as the puck has been thrown off of his stick. Here Cody Williams. Cody Williams backhands it up to Fink. Fink couldn't control it, and Arizona State was right there to throw it back out again. UNLV back in control 5 minutes ago in the first period, 48 seconds ago in the power play. Back out to the left side, that was Sachs. Sachs couldn't control, and the puck just trickles over the blue line, so UNLV has to go back and regroup. 4:52 to go first period, 32 seconds left in the power play. Arizona State being extremely aggressive, not allowing UNLV to regroup and go on a rush. Going through the neutral zone is Pereversov. Pereversov lays it off. There's a shot inside to Moore, doesn't get to him, deflects out. 10 seconds to go in the power play as UNLV goes back to get it one more time. Might have a chance for one more shot. 5 seconds to go. Puck thrown down deep, and that's it for the penalty. So it's 1-1, 4:16 to go. First period, shots on goal in favor of UNLV, 5-2. And the Rebels go back to regroup as both teams make a change. Here's Sachs. Sachs ridden into the board. Now tried to use his speed on a wraparound. And I don't think the puck ever got to Moore, but Sachs sure loves that wraparound. We've seen him do it many times already. And of course, the one goal that Sachs scored last week was also on the wraparound. He's done that about 4 times, and when you got the speed of Sachs, you will have those kind of opportunities, and he's had the chance to get at least 3 to 4 goals on that move as UNLV keeps it in on Moore, and Moore makes a save. Rebels still on the puck. Down low, and the puck to the low slot area. Couldn't connect. As Lawson was in down low. It was a good centering pass, but just a little bit behind Lawson. Lawson wasn't able to get a quick turnaround and get it in on Moore as the puck is thrown down the length of the ice on back of Gordichuk. 3:10 to go first period. UNLV still not able to use their speed, but maybe they will here. Here's Sachs. Sachs leaves it off and wrap around in front. Can't get a stick on it. Moore is down. Puck just wide. Puck never got to Moore, and it looks like Moore is without a stick. So he's protecting that right side of the right post. UNLV trying to move the puck around, taking advantage of the fact he didn't have a stick, and now he went over to get it. UNLV still controls in their offensive zone, and now the puck finds its way out. Everybody has to come back and regroup for the Rebels. 2:31 to go first period. Score tied at 1. And like last night, Arizona State is having a very good first period. Sachs loses the puck in front. Shot in just wide of Gordichuk. Arizona State on the attack. 2:15 to go. First period. And also like last night, the opportunities for the Sun Devils are few and far between as the period goes on, but Arizona State still keeping it in the zone. UNLV clogging up the middle, getting their sticks in the lane, so the Sun Devils can't get a puck in on Gordichuk. They've done a great job of protecting him, allowing only 3 shots in the period. And if there's one thing, a big hit there on the Rebel bench, the one thing that's a difference between last year and this year is certainly defensively, and these teams UNLV probably has no idea what they're how good they can be as they're just trying to play the system. 1:28 to go. UNLV in back of Gordichuk trying to regroup. Puck loose. Back there is Perevasov, and Perevasov just tries to dump it in. Puck through neutral ice. Here's back the other way. Big slapper just wide. Doesn't ever get to Gordichuk again. Good deflection with the sticks. Sticks are always in a good area. Not allowing Arizona State to get quality shots in on Gordichuk. Battle there and won by Turcotte. And finally down low, centering pass, and Moore makes the save. Great centering pass to Malone. Malone was coming right down the middle. And he took a feed from the corner and deflected it, but Moore was right there to make the save for Arizona State. Or UNLV could be facing with 49 seconds to go in the first period. Golden opportunity for them to take a 2-1 lead. As the face-off will be down in the Arizona State end. And just right of Moore. Face-off won by Arizona State. Ridden into the corner is Tuducio. Now up through the middle. Here's Holston. Holston battling for it, still using his body to separate himself from Eric Williams. Eric Williams trying to use the stick to get it away, finally does. Puck goes loose. Back out to the half board. Rebels trying to get it out. 22 seconds to go in the period. Here's one rush. Here's Kozubski. Kozubski looking for a trailer in front of the shot and a save by Moore. A beautiful feed from Kozubski. And the puck just gets off of Cody Williams' stick as Cody Williams tried to redirect that saucer pass from Kozubski. And Moore was right there standing tall and makes a save for the Sun Devils. It's a nice shot on goal for UNLV. And now a stick up high, and Asaf is coming over to defend his Rebel teammate. Stick up high there by one of the Sun Devils, and again, no call on that. I'm not sure how you can get your stick up that high and not have a call, but perhaps high sticking is definition something else. So now there's discussion down in the UNLV end with 14.5 seconds to go. First period, game tied at 1. And the referee's coming over to explain to Coach Vigneri Greener apparently why there was no penalty call. Faceoff will be down in the ASU end. 14.5 seconds to go. Now to 10. Back out to the Eric Williams is there at the point. Instead, a shot in on Moore. And Moore hangs on as he hugs the corner. So that brings us to 6.4 seconds left. Woodward's going to take the draw. Woodward wins the draw. Soft goes after it. Turns around. Doesn't get to Moore as it blocked in front. Rebels trying to get one last shot on. And the period ends. Well, a good first period for Arizona State. And UNLV was able to tie it up. And there's certainly been some chirping between the two teams. So we'll see. The last 40 minutes should be interesting as both teams not very happy with the way that the period ended, but on the scoreboard, the game is tied at 1. UNLV has a 10-3 shot advantage, so if I'm the Rebel coaches, I think the discussion is going to be great job on defense. We need to get more quality chances on the net, and if we do that, we should be okay. But for Arizona State, again, trying to get more pucks in deep. I expect them to try to dump the puck in and try to create some opportunities that way. Certainly the speed advantage goes to UNLV, but the next 40 minutes will tell the story. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second period. Thanks for joining us from City National. I'm Dana Lane, and we'll talk to you then.
The sound and broadcast is good on this radio.
Oh yeah, this sounds really good.
Yeah, it does, right? This is the best part. They're trying to compensate.
The Golden Knights?
Yeah, another practice ring.
Well, they need another one. It's live, so.
Okay, we'll just do a test real quick. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Good. Welcome back to City National Arena, where we are testing out the microphones, so I don't have to sit on the penalty box, which is incredibly irritating. Good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to my other perch where I'm more. Okay, welcome to National for period number 2. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining. And we'll see if my wireless second period. I do like this better. Feel a little bit like Paul Abdul, but we're okay as the puck goes down. And the opening face off to the second period, and we're underway. It's going to be interesting to see who takes momentum in game 2, because the physicality between the two teams is certainly better than it was last night, and we'll see how that all plays out heading into the second period. And to the whistle, I think the general consensus was make sure the boys keep their sticks down, or I'm going to start calling penalties, and it's good. Shot in. Gordichuk just wide. And Gordichuk didn't have to make the save on the second one. The puck goes into the corner. Around a little bit. Get a perspective of the corner. See if that works as UNLV brings it out. And dump back in and back a more. Nice by Williams. Puck is up. Somebody coming down the middle, couldn't find one, so decided to peel. A 15 different. And it goes on to play. 2 to go. Computer get tied at 1. 4 in favor of UNLV.
taken there by the Sun Devils, and Overcheck gets it up to Holston. Holston skates into the front. That's Amaya. I couldn't get it to Amaya. Going post to post is Gordichuk. Arizona State still in the UNLV end. Here's Turcotte. Turcotte couldn't keep it in. Turcotte did get it out of the zone finally. Back to the other end. Turcotte shot. Saved by Moore. So Turcotte turned around and got it outside the the defensive zone rather. Found himself with the puck back at the other end. Took a shot in on Moore, and Moore with the glove save. That's the 11th shot on net for UNLV. Face off in the offensive zone. Mayer and Moore. Run. Marshall can't get it. Going to stay. Face by Mayer. Face off in the offensive zone, taken there by the Rebels. Poked out of the zone by Arizona State. Going back the other way is Horley. Horley tries to find a teammate front as he's ridden off the puck. Now back the other way. Here comes UNLV. Could have a 3-on-1. Tries to slide the puck over to Cefalos. Cefalos still battling in front of Moore, and Moore is finally able to jump on it and freeze the puck. Salafis was coming right down the middle and finally got a stick on it. Had two opportunities, couldn't poke it past Moore, but UNLV once again applying pressure on the Sun Devils goaltender. And the faceoff will be on the Arizona State and Daniels. Wins the faceoff, back to the point, whistle in on Moore. Moore makes a pad save and pushes the puck on over to the corner. Arizona State still into its own zone. A heavy forecheck by UNLV trying to cause a turnover. They do cause a turnover, but they cause it inside the neutral zone. Puck fought there on the half board. Now back out to center ice where Budman takes it. And Budman decides to throw it in down on Gordichuk. Gordichuk makes an easy save and throws it into the corner. Puck bounced back in back of Gordichuk once again and out to neutral ice. Here's Budman for Arizona State. He bounces it in on Gordichuk. Gordichuk makes an easy save and then decides to cover up as there was nobody to hand the puck off to. So 16:02 to go, second period. .16:02 to go, second period. Game tied at 1 from City National Arena. And face off down in the UNLV end. One there by Arizona, or by the Rebels. And unfortunately, there was a big hit on the half wall. Well, that was going to be a one-on-one situation with Woodward. Woodward was about ready to. And back to the point, here's Asaf. Asaf gets it in, and a save by Moore, and then the sticks are up at the end. And there's a straight arm to Cody Williams. Not a punch, but Hoffenkamp, definitely the biggest player on the ice. 6'4" out of Chicago. Keeps Williams away from Moore.
really wasn't any need for that except to make sure they didn't crash the net, but honestly, nobody was coming in down the middle anyway, so wasn't too much of a need for that. But and now Moore comes out to have a discussion with Turcotte, and that looked to be pretty lighthearted as Turcotte had a smile on his face. So we are going to have a penalty, and that penalty is going to go to Arizona State. Miller is going in the box, so UNLV will have a power play and a chance to take the lead in this game. So Miller to the box for 2 minutes, 15:33 to go. Kozubski will take the draw, and the Arizona State end against Hoffenkamp. Loses a draw back out to the point. Here's Williams. Williams gets it over to Williams. So it's Williams and Williams out there. Now Woodward has it. Get it back to the middle. Far side to Cody Williams. Cody Williams shoots and deflects in front, and they score. Well, Jared Turcotte set up shot in front of Moore, and Cody Williams just walked it down the corner. Got a quick pass over to Turcotte, and Turcotte buried it home over the shoulder of Moore to give UNLV the power play goal in a 2-1 lead with 15:12 to go in the second period. And UNLV, for a team we talked about yesterday how Coach Vigneri Greener said, you know, we're not practicing the power play a lot, and it's something that we're going to work on at the end of camp. Well, you wouldn't know it by their start. They've been extremely successful on the power play. Cody Williams with the assist. And Kozubski with the second assist. So it's Turcotte from Williams and Kozubski. And UNLV has a 2-1 lead with 14:44 to go. It was probably 2 after I ended the sentence. Heavy forecheck there by Fink. Arizona State now has to respond. If this becomes a 2-goal game, with UNLV's speed, it's going to be very difficult for Arizona State to make that up. But we saw last night there was no quit in this team. Even down by 2 at the end, had a chance, decided not to pull the goaltender. And Arizona State walked out with their heads held high despite the loss, and I'm sure focused on a much better effort this afternoon, which through 26 minutes of hockey, they certainly have done that. We're going to have a penalty, and you know, we talked about this a bunch of times too, and it's going to be a penalty on Turcotte. We talked about this, I guess, for 3 years. Every time something positive happens for UNLV, it seems like a penalty comes right up after that. And the one thing for this team to get over the hump is they have to make sure that, you know, you score a goal, you do something positive. You can't give opportunities right back. And just because you may have more talent than the team that you're playing on most nights doesn't mean that you give them opportunities to stay in the game. I mean, there's a lot of times, and here might be a breakaway, a 2-on-1 for UNLV in front. Here's a redirection by Mayer. Mayer tried to get it back and then couldn't get it past Moore, and Moore did a great job of making sure that puck didn't go behind him. And then obviously there was some discussion after that. Budman and Mayer got together to discuss the recent play, but Mayer had it bounce right off his stick in front. Good redirect, good save by Moore. Face off down in the Arizona State end. 1:48 to go in the ASU power play. Down 2-1 with 13:40 to go in the game. And ASU wins the draw. Studioso gets the puck down in the Arizona State end. Chased there by Holston. Holston battles for the puck and then wraps it around. Back in the corner, trying to get back out to the point. UNLV doing a good job not giving Arizona State any room whatsoever. They have the quicker of the sticks on this penalty kill. 13 to go in the game. 1 minute, 16 seconds to go. As Mayer did a great job of harassing Arizona State making it very difficult for them to get set up even in their own zone. And puck comes down the Moore, 56 seconds to go in the power play. Arizona State goes back to set up. Pressure by Daniels, just not allowing Arizona State free reign up into the neutral zone. Daniels did a great job there. Separated the puck handler from the puck. Shot didn't get in on Moore. Now Arizona State comes back. Shot in, and they score. Well, you almost saw that coming. Quick transition back the other way after UNLV had a chance. A block in front. And especially on a power play, you can almost guarantee going back the other way when you get a block that you're going to have an odd man rush, and even more of an odd man rush. And that's exactly what happened. So this game is tied at 2 as Arizona State gets their own power play goal. And we'll get the official word on who scored that goal. We're a long way away from that, so I'd like to make sure that we get the official word on that. And once again, we have a ball game at City National Arena. Game tied at 2 with 12:14 to go. Shots on goal in favor of UNLV, 16-8. Yager Larson got the goal on that. Jet Larson also got the assist. So that's Larson to Larson. And Arizona State has tied this game up at 2. They're not going to go away, I promise you. And UNLV has got to find that spark. There's a ton of talent on the ice, but there's got to be, they have to find that killer instinct, and they're offsides. So Toronto came in with a head of steam. And I think Kozubski was offside to his right. So faceoff comes back outside the zone, 11:39 to go, second period. Game tied at 2. City National Arena, another jam-packed City National Arena. And this has become the norm here in Las Vegas. I don't know when they're going to start putting Hockey Town labels on this place, but if they started, it certainly would be warranted. Chased there by Sachs. Puck not kept in the offensive zone and tried to throw him back in. And, of course, that was called offsides. Talked last week about with people that saw the games against Grand Canyon last week. They said that Moore really stood on his head, and we can see it this week as well. Big hit in the corner. 11:10 to go. First period, and we're going to have a whistle, so we'll see what the call is here. I'm talking to people that saw the Grand Canyon series last week, and they said that Moore definitely stood on his head in one of the games. And of course, he got the win in that game. They dropped the other in a shootout, but we were told, and we were told how good Moore was going to be, and he certainly has through these 2 games. We got a penalty on Arizona State, so Elizada was going in a penalty box, and UNLV is going to be on the power play. And UNLV has a golden opportunity to try to get on top again. Their power play has been absolutely phenomenal to start. Two minutes for boarding. Here's UNLV into the offensive zone. Throws it around off to Williams. Williams gets it on off to Woodward. Woodward trying to find a wide open Cody Williams, and he shoots it in on Moore. Moore said, I'm just slamming a door on this. Another puck right to Moore's logo to make an easy save, and he jumps on the puck to freeze it and face off back just right of Moore. Here's Kozubski. Kozubski takes the face off against Yager Larson.
He gets thrown out of the face-off circle, so Jet Larson's coming in to take the draw. Loses the draw. And Williams had to roll off his stick. Out back to the right point. Williams now looking for a cross-ice pass. He's got Kozubski in the middle. Over to Woodward. Woodward gets it back to the point. Now over to Williams. Williams looking for a cross-ice pass. High slot to Kozubski. Puck just loose. Bounced on. Here's and a whiff by Kozubski. Puck went in a high slot area. Kozubski had a wide open opportunity, but just couldn't get a stick on it. And a shot hits the post. Puck goes up in the air. And the Rebels, Woodward still controls in the offensive zone. Over to Turcotte. Back over to Williams. Williams trying to find Woodward. Gets it in front. Puck still loose in front of Moore. Nobody there from UNLV to pounce on it. Now it goes back out to the point. Kozubski said he wanted the puck. Didn't get it. Over to the right-hand side of Moore. Now back over to the Kozubski, and the puck goes in on Moore, and Moore makes a save. Not sure Kozubski got all of that either. But UNLV, very good puck movement for an aspect of their game that they claimed that they didn't work on, or they didn't work on it. And now we got Kozubski mixing up a little bit with York, and York not happy with something as he skates off. 22 seconds to go in the power play. Game tied at 2. 9:31 to go in the second period. Malone will take the face-off for UNLV. Rebels win it, finally back to Sachs. Sachs looking for a lane, can't find one, gets it off to Toronto. Toronto feeds it off. And now the puck goes back outside the zone, and Toronto goes back to get it. 9:13 to go, 4 seconds to go in the power play. UNLV can dump it in one time, but Arizona State is extremely aggressive, and they've killed off the penalty. The puck thrown in back of Moore. Back to get it is Studioso. And Studioso throws it back outside the zone to center ice. The puck bounces just wide to the left, to the right rather. And Gordichuk didn't have to go out and play it as it's still bouncing around center ice, but here comes Arizona State. Shot just high. Good opportunity there by Hoffenkamp. And Hoffenkamp was trying to pick a corner, but shot it over Gordichuk's glove. And it's puck still bouncing around, and now still comes out to neutral ice. UNLV had the makings of a 2-on-1 for a second, then lost the puck, and now it's a 2-on-1. Here's Havener. Havener gets it in on Gordichuk, and Gordichuk makes the save. So sometimes you get to the point where you have a 2-on-1 on one side, and then if there's a turnover or a quick transition, then you're sure to have a potential odd man rush going back the other way, and that's exactly what happened there for Arizona State. Matter of fact, that's happened a couple times for the Sun Devils as Arizona State wins the draw, throws it in on Gordichuk, and he makes the easy save. Amaya with a little wrister in and a glove save by Gordichuk. Face off down in the UNLV end. 8:04 to go, second period. Shots on goal in favor of the Rebels, 19-9. Gets back out to the point. Big slapper just wide. York tried to get one on net. Not able to do so because it was blocked in front. And the puck thrown down in back of Gordichuk. Gordichuk goes out to play it. And Gordichuk lays it off. Now a turnover in front. Shot wide of Gordichuk. Arizona State still controls. Turnaround chance there by York. Can't get it in on a UNLV netminder. Big hit there on center ice as Arizona State trying to use their physicality. Here's a shot that goes back to Rea. Rea couldn't get it off his stick. It was a 2-on-1 in back of Moore, but not the result UNLV was looking for. Rea had it for a second. I think he thought too much, trying to pick a corner instead of just releasing it. As the puck bounces around still in the Sun Devil zone. 6:58 to go, second period. Game tied at 2. And the puck rolls down into the ASU end, but quick transition. Here comes Kozubski, almost a one-on-one with the netminder Moore. Good back check, and Kozubski had it for a second, had a step for a second. And then the Arizona State defender closed in on a terrific back check. And Kozubski didn't get a quality shot off. And Moore was there, as usual, to make the save. Kozubski will take the draw in the ASU end. Take it against Lestor. There's a big hit. Big hit there by Miller. And back the other way comes Arizona State. Shot in on Gordichuk. Gordichuk makes a pad save. UNLV tried to come back quick in transition. Arizona State doing a good job of getting back. Here's Kozubski. Kozubski tries to find somebody in the middle, can't. So he decides to shoot it in on Moore. Puck goes just wide and hits the back of the net. And nobody there to join Kozubski in the offensive rush. So back goes Arizona State. Back into the UNLV end, but UNLV, like Arizona State, able to get back. Here's Williams. Williams trying to go 1-on-4. Big hit in front, knocked him down. Sticks are kind of flying a little bit. Jumping on is Malone. Malone trying to backhand it to somebody in the low slot. Nobody there. Back out to the point. Rister in front. Now back out to the point. And Eric Williams throws it into the corner. Chased there by Asaf. There's Malone in front. Shot 1-on-1 just wide by Williams. Williams again trying to pick a far corner. Williams, unlike the first period, UNLV has had a lot of opportunities where it's been 1-on-1 with Moore, and Moore has more times than not made the save, or the puck has gone wide. 5:17 to go, the second period. Face-off down in the Arizona State end. Taking it for UNLV would be Turcotte. Turcotte wins the draw. UNLV keeps it into the zone. Here's Toronto. Toronto looking in front. He's got Turcotte. Can't get it to him. No lane. So Turcotte finally gets control of the puck, but there's a turnover going back the other way. Here's Amaya. Amaya backhander just wide. And Arizona State had a good opportunity there, but UNLV, again, speed is not always about carrying the puck. Speed is getting back and to back check or being in the right place at the right time, and that's what the Rebels did at that opportunity there for Arizona State, where there was a split second where Amaya had a open look as the puck bounces around in front of Gordichuk. No threat there. UNLV trying to use their speed. Here's Turcotte. Turcotte still with the puck, being harassed by Kovalchuk. Turcotte throws it in front. Nobody there for UNLV. The puck finds its way back to Turcotte, but then it bounces off his stick. Turcotte gets wrestling with Holston as the puck goes back to the neutral zone. But here comes the Rebels back in. Here's Toronto. Toronto shoots just wide. Couldn't find that corner, trying to go top corner. And it seems that's where UNLV is thinking they're going to find success, as the puck is going to go all the way down and back into the UNLV end, as Arizona State's going to be on a line change. Here's York, and York decides to get it out of his own zone, but a turnover at center ice forces the puck to get in on Moore. Moore backhands it away from him as Hoffenkamp came in to make the play. And now the puck goes completely down the ice, and we're going to have icing. So 3:29 to go, second period. UNLV still trying to find that spark. Ranked number 12th, ranked 12th in the country. Arizona State 24th in the country in the preseason rankings. Face-off coming all the way down, back into Arizona State, and here's Kozubski. Kozubski loses the draw to Havener. Trying to clear it was York, not able to do so. And finally, Arizona State is finally able to get it out.
It's like we said at the end of the first period, we think Arizona State's trying to get pucks in deep, trying to cycle the puck, trying to create turnovers, just get as many pucks in on Gordichuk as possible. I don't know if they've achieved that, because UNLV's defense through 4 games have been absolutely stifling. They really have not given the opposition much room to maneuver. And again today, as UNLV had looking for a chance there, because Zupski was trying to get it off to Williams. Williams was all alone, and now we're going to have a penalty. 2:33 to go, second period, tied at 2. And we'll see who the penalty is on. I will say this, I've talked to, from an Arizona State standpoint, I mean, I've talked to people that said, you know, if ASU keeps this within, 3 or 4 goals, I mean, that's a win. Well, they've done more than keep it within 3 or 4 goals. I mean, they really have shown up for this 2-game series, and the penalty is going to be on Arizona State. So UNLV is going to the power play. Penalty is going to be on Jack Callahan, 6'1" defenseman. So Arizona State on the penalty kill. UNLV wins the draw. Down low, blocked in front. Puck finds Malone's stick as he gets it back out to the point. There's Toronto. Toronto trying to get some room. Harassed there by Larson, Jet Larson. Over to Sachs. 2 minutes for slashing on the penalty. Now back to the point, Perevasov. Perevasov working the point for the Rebels. Gets it back out to Sachs. Sachs lays it off to Perevasov. And a hard pass in the middle to Sachs. And Sachs wasn't able to handle that, so Arizona State was able to clear. 1:15 to go in the power play, 1:46 to go. Here comes Sachs. Sachs trying to use his speed. Goes behind Moore. Can't find an opening, so he gets it back out to the point. There's Toronto. Toronto lays it off to Perevasov. And Perevasov had his shot blocked in front, and Arizona State throws it down the ice. 53 seconds to go in the power play. 1:21 to go in the period. And a likely... Here comes UNLV. In on Moore, and Moore makes a save. Bryce Woodward, using his speed, made a great move to the inside. Again, trying to pick a corner. And Moore made the save to keep it 2-2. Face off in the Arizona State end. Kozubski will take the draw for UNLV against Horley. Face off once again, won by UNLV, by Woodward. Woodward gets the puck back, trying to find a corner. Cross ice pass to Williams. Good stick in the lane by Arizona State, but unable to clear. Here's Williams. Williams gets it in deep to Turcotte. Turcotte looking for Woodward. Woodward's all alone on the backside. Now he gets the puck. 16 seconds to go in the power play. Woodward looking to get it back to the point. Doesn't. Decides to shoot. Williams was thinking he was getting the puck back to the point. Here's Woodward. Woodward once again trying to find a lane. Throws it in front. Kicks it in front. And Moore jumps on it. With 3 seconds left in the power play. 36 seconds to go in the period. Well, I will say this. Puck movement. Pucks with a purpose. Meaning every time that the puck leaves your stick, you have an idea of where it's going. You're not just throwing it to get it off of your stick. And UNLV has done a fantastic job at that tonight. And of course, winning power plays. There's a shot in on Moore, and Moore makes a glove save. Again on Plonsky. Plonsky with a goal last night. And now we have 29 seconds as the power play has been killed off. 29 seconds. Daniels will take the face-off for UNLV against Holston. Again, another face-off win by the Rebels. Shot in on Moore. And Moore makes a chest save. And the puck bounces off to his right.
Arizona State desperately trying to get out of the zone. Loose puck in front, turnover, and another save by Moore. A turnover onto Marshall. Marshall had a golden opportunity, but the shot was thrown right in on his chest. Back to the point. Wister blocked in front 2 seconds ago in the period. And we're going to end the second period with one last shove in the corner. And the game tied at 2 between UNLV and Arizona State. And guys, if you're driving by City National Arena, we've got 20 minutes of hockey to go. And UNLV and Arizona State in a 2-2 game. Not a score many predicted, but as we said before, Arizona State, you could tell last night, once they didn't have to travel and they got a good night's rest, well, we see what they're doing, and you definitely could see the building by Coach Green to build this program up back to the level that it was when they won a national championship. But they still have their work cut out for them, and I'm sure UNLV will be a little bit fired up by the fact that they're still tied at 2. And we talked about last night about UNLV's amazing home record. We'll give that to you when we come back. But first, we're going to take a break in between periods. We'll be back about 15 minutes or so for the third period. I'm Dana Lane at City National Arena. Thanks for joining us. Score at the end of 2, UNLV 2, Arizona State 2. right, welcome back to City National Arena for the last 20 minutes between UNLV and Arizona State. Game tied at 2. And not really a score that most would have thought would be happening. And as Arizona State, came in trying to rebuild their program. But here we are, in the last 20 minutes, as UNLV trying to avoid the upset by the Sun Devils here at City National Arena. UNLV won the opening draw, and then puck bounces in down low into Arizona State territory, taken there by York. York trying to get the puck back up the ice, finally does, back into the UNLV zone. Chased there by Williams. Eric Williams backhands it out. And Arizona State regrouping as UNLV makes the first change of the third period. Puck goes out of play. And we'll have a whistle. Shots on goal clearly in favor of UNLV, 25-11. But the scoreboard still reads 2-2 as Mayer takes the face-off for the Rebels and finally finds its way back onto a Rebel stick. As Plonsky gets it off his stick, and now finds it again. And the puck bounces down and back of Gordichuk. Shot off the boards, didn't find its mark, so Arizona State had an opportunity. It was a shot by Geary, went just wide of Gordichuk. Puck bouncing around in a high slot area off to the right circle, top of the right circle. There's UNLV back to the other end, and a big hit in front of the Arizona State bench. UNLV trying to apply pressure, trying to use their speed to open up lanes, but Arizona State has done a very good job of keeping sticks in the lanes, not allowing UNLV to make that extra pass in front. That high quality pass that will give them a scoring chance. Arizona State goes back, regroups with 17:51 to go in the third period. The game tied at 2, big hit in front of the Arizona State bench again. And you wonder how the game, as the game goes on, how the physical play will take shape. And we'll see if that has any effect on either one of these teams. The second period was, and really the second part of the first period was very physical as well. So Arizona State trying to poke it back down into the UNLV end. Chased there by Harrison. Harrison hit from behind. Puck loose in front. Arizona State just wide of Gordichuk. Gordichuk can't jump on it to freeze it as Arizona State jumps on it on the top of the right circle. A weak shot never finds its way onto Gordichuk as UNLV trying to break out. Turcotte was in back of him. Now a shot in on Moore. Moore is down to his right. I don't think UNLV got a quality shot off on Moore, but certainly a quality opportunity as Moore was down. Now we're having icing. So 16:44 to go in the third period. Shots on goal 26-11. And one of the things about having a wireless mic is I get to run around behind the benches as much as I want. We'll see how that works out. Face off down in the Arizona, in the UNLV end. One there by Malone, but the puck couldn't find Turcotte's stick and rolled out to center ice, but UNLV in control again. Backhanded pass to Turcotte. Big hit on Turcotte by Miller. And now I don't think they called a penalty on that. Although Miller looked like maybe he got his elbow up a little high. I don't think there was a penalty call on it, but a big hit on Kozubski. It was certainly Kozubski wasn't looking for it. And the elbow did look like it came up maybe a little high. I don't have the luxury of a replay monitor, but nonetheless, the referee said Lacroix decided not to make any kind of a call on that, so we're still skating 5-on-5 into the offensive zone. Chased there by Rhea. Rhea tried to get it back out to the right point. Tied up there, so UNLV will have to go back and regroup. Cross ice pass to Hetzel. Hetzel can't control it, but does get it into the Arizona State end, but loses it just inside the blue line. Here comes the Sun Devils as the puck gets into the UNLV bench, and Klein sends one off. Shots on goal 26-11 with 15:55 to go in the third period. And now I'm going between the benches. Let's go to center ice. Let's see if we can do the game from here. I swear by the end of the game, I'm going to find a spot that I really like to do the game in. Pretty high maintenance, actually. Puck shot on down low by Studioso. Chase there by the Rebels. Finally gets it out of the zone. Now to center ice. Here comes Woodward. Woodward makes a save in on Moore. Moore does, shot in on Moore, makes the save. UNLV still carried it into the offensive zone. And the puck goes out of play. So 15:28 to go. Third period. Game tied at 2. Shots on goal in favor of UNLV, 27-11. As we go by the Arizona State bench, and here the coaches ask his players who wants it more. And we'll finally see with 15:18 to go in the game. But that really is what it comes down to, is who does want it more, and I'm sure both teams are asking their players the same thing. Here comes Turcotte into the Arizona State end. Turcotte gets shoved as they were going towards the puck. Could have been an interference call, but again, Lacroix decides not to call that. Lacroix or Levitt decides not to call that. 14:42 to go, and UNLV finally breaks it out of their zone. Williams breaks it out now. A shot just high of Moore. Nobody there for UNLV as a unique hop off the boards forces the puck to trickle and back. Back to Moore, and Moore decides to jump on it and freeze it. 14:31 to go, third period. Face off down in the Arizona State end. Big face off as Mayer trying to win it. Not successful in doing so. We're going back down the other way. Puck in back of Gordichuk. Larson had an idea that he was going to pick up the puck and maybe get a quality shot off. Not able to do that as the puck bounces around the neutral zone and shot back in on Moore, and then a little bit of a shove. Shoving from Eric Williams. Shoves Jet Larson down, and Larson falls to the ice. A little bit of an embellishment. Now let's see exactly if anything comes of this. The referee and the linesmen are all huddling, and nothing will come of that. And that's the proper call on that. So 14:09 to go in the game. Game tied at 2. Mara will take the face off for UNLV. Loses the draw. On back to York. And Arizona State throws it into the corner. Trying to get it back out to York. York waiting for it at the point. And UNLV pokes it up again. Back the other way. Here comes the Rebel. Shot in on Moore. As Sachs once again using his speed. Always one of the fastest players out on the ice. Back the other way. Here comes Elizada. Big hit in front of the Rebel bench. 13:35 to go, third period. Puck bouncing around still in the UNLV end as now gets sent out to center ice, and Arizona State just pokes it back in. That's exactly what we talked about as far as ASU trying to find success. They won't be able to match the speed, but if they can get pucks in deep, then they can create some opportunities through hard work. Puck floats into the Arizona State end. 13:04 to go, third period. Arizona State just controlling it in their own end. Tried to get a pass on up through the middle of the ice. They're not going to find that open too much against this Rebel defense, who has allowed, the puck trickles in on Moore. Not going to find that too much on the Rebel defense that allowed just 11 shots at about 47 minutes and 16 seconds of hockey. Face off down in the UNLV end. Malone will take the face off for UNLV. Yeah, loses a draw to Holston. Holston's done a good job in his own end, winning those tough face-offs, or crucial face-offs rather. Arizona State in control once again. Poked in deep by Geely. Arizona State just focusing on getting the pucks in as deep as possible. Not trying to go tape to tape as much. It's get into the UNLV zone and work hard and try to create opportunities. Here comes the Rebels back the other way. Here comes Turcotte. Turcotte still battling as he gets ridden off the puck. Turcotte does get the puck back. He manages to get it back out to the point. Here's Pereversov. Shot and a save by Moore. Malone is down on the ice. No call there. Malone gets taken down. Here's Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk gets it on up to Geely. Loses the puck still in the Arizona State end. Kept in there nicely by Malone. As Arizona State now manages to clear. 11:30 to go, third period. Game tied at 2 at City National Arena. And we're into an area where most teams are not tied at 2 with UNLV at home. But this is a brand new season with brand new players. There's a heavy forecheck by the Rebels. Loses his edge. Shot in and blocked by Arizona State. UNLV able to keep it into the zone. There's Pereversov. Pereversov cross-ice pass in the high slot area. Couldn't find a teammate. Larson is out there. Yager Larson is out there looking to cherry pick, forcing UNLV into a bad pass in hopes of going back the other way. Here's a quick pass in the middle. Big hit there. As both teams trying to send a message physically. And here's a shot by Pereversov as a fantastic deflection by Arizona State. Putting the stick in the right place at the right time. And the puck is deflected out of play. So UNLV will face off down in the Arizona State end. Here's Kozubski. Kozubski takes the draw, wins it back to the point. Here's Asaf. Asaf pushed off the blue line, but not before he threw it in deep. Arizona State managed to clear, but UNLV wraps it right back in. Moore goes out to play it. Lays it off, harassed there by Rebel player. Here, Cody Williams. Cody in front to Kozubski. Kozubski couldn't find the top corner. UNLV can feel it. Here's a whistle in on Moore by Eric Williams from the left point, and Moore makes the save. There's one thing in this third period that you didn't see in the second period, that the puck movement right up until that sequence was much better in the second than it is here in the third. Here's a wrister from the point just wide. Puck still bouncing around the Arizona State end, sticked away by Moore. UNLV now dominating this sequence down in the Arizona State end. And the Sun Devils finally able to get it down to the other end of the ice with 9:43 to go in the game. Game tied at 2. And we'll have a whistle and we'll come back out to the other end. As soon as this one is over, and they'll figure out what the UNLV football team is doing against Arkansas State, and a big win for big game for Tony Sanchez. hopefully we'll be talking about a win, but we'll go check that out as soon as this is over. Puck up through the middle now. Here's Hoffenkamp. Hoffenkamp decides to just throw it down in the corner as Arizona State goes through a line change. Here comes Sachs. Sachs back the other way, looking for an opening. Just wide as once again trying to go for that corner. And Arizona State has sticks in the position in front, and a save by Moore as Mayer snuck down and received a pass from the corner. And again, I don't think he was able to get a lot on it because Arizona State always has a stick in the right place, and it's a small window of opportunity for UNLV to get a hard shot off on Moore, but Moore was forced to get down and make the save as Arizona State wins the faceoff in their own end by Budman. Now back up to Geely. Geely loses the puck, ridden off. Chased there by Fink. Back down in the UNLV end, 2-on-1. And Gordichuk makes the initial save. Arizona State still trying to jab at it, trying to get it past Gordichuk. Bounces off to the point, now out of the zone as ASU pounds it right back into the zone. Here's a huge hit, and it looks like Arizona State's going to go on a power play. And I could tell you this, the hitting is going to get more and more as an Arizona State player is down, and we'll try to identify who that is, but Arizona State is not happy, and the coaching staff right away was asking for a penalty, and they're going to definitely get it here. Try to see who is down. We want to make sure that we get that correct. And it looks like from here it's 24, so John Studioso. 5'10" defenseman, and now he comes off the ice, and they're going to go look at him. And head coach Tate Greens goes over and looks for a minute, and they're going to go and check him out real quick as the UNLV trainer will also, who incidentally is a trainer for both teams, will go out and check him out right in back of us, and looks like he's going back on the bench, walking good, walking well, so we can assume that he will be back on the ice. But nonetheless, this is a power play opportunity for Arizona State. Turcotte will go off and didn't exactly see the hit. It could be boarding, and that's most likely what it's going to be. Let's get the call here. And that's exactly what it is. So 2 minutes for Borden, 8:21 to go in the game, and here's a great opportunity for the Sun Devils to take the lead, tied at 2, and a very important kill for UNLV. Arizona State still has it into their end. In the middle is Lester looking for a feed. Now back out to the point is Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk decides to get it into the corner, receives the pass back, dump in front. Wide of Gordichuk. Arizona State still keeping it in the zone. UNLV giving some room to maneuver. Here's Larson. Larson with a shot just wide. Good stick work by UNLV. UNLV can clear it and almost had a breakaway back the other way as Cody Williams was looking to roll up the ice. Just couldn't get it to him. Arizona State goes back to get the puck with 54 seconds left in this power play opportunity. 7:25 to go in the game. Game tied at 2 as the puck bounces down and back of Moore. Moore goes back to play and lays it off. Here to Arizona State back in transition. Coming up the ice with the puck is Studioso back on the ice. Good to see as they took a huge hit. Puck back out to the left point. And there's a Worcester at front. I don't think it ever got to Gordichuk. Budman never got control of it, and UNLV coming back the other way, 2-on-2, and we're going to have an offside call. And it looks like Daniels with offsides, and then there was a hit and then there was a hit in back of Moore. One of the Sun Devils is down again. So UNLV had a 2-on-1 going back the other way, never could quite develop. As we're looking at the play again. And it looked, I mean, honestly, I'm looking at the replay right now, and you know, I don't want to speculate on these things, and it looked like down is Havener, Adam Havener, and I don't want to speculate on it, but I'm not, you know, it wasn't a dirty hit. It didn't look like a dirty hit, but you check that it's, yeah, Klein coming off the ice, so it's not 9, it's 19. You know, if they could just straighten these jerseys out for me, that'd be awesome. But no penalty on the play. "16 seconds left in the Arizona State power play, 6:48 to go in the game. Kozubski will take the draw. Kozubski take the draw against Holston. Send the right dot, puck hits just overhead of me. And back the other way is Studioso. And lays it off for Horley. Arizona State trying to get something out of this, and the power play is up. Here's an opportunity just wide of Gordichuk. Gordichuk not forced to make a save, but Arizona State did have an opportunity. Williams, quick puck up the ice, and a wrister just wide. Woodward had a good chance. Woodward wanted a penalty, didn't get one. Now he's got to make sure not to go back and retaliate. But he certainly wanted a penalty there against Studioso. Studioso, you got to think, wants a little bit of revenge for the hit in front, but this is where UNLV has to stay disciplined. And despite the massive shot advantage in this game, it's still just 2-2 with 6:05 to go in the game. And Arizona State's chirping a little bit at the referee Lacroix. And Lacroix saying nothing to see here. Malone will take the face-off in the Arizona State draw, won by the Sun Devils, up to Budman, who wraps it around, tries to get it out of the zone. Still in the Arizona State end. Chased there by Williams. Back out to the point. Puck thrown back towards Williams. Williams was tied up by Holston, so he wasn't able to control the puck. 5:44 to go, third period. Game tied at 2. Here's UNLV, 2-on-1. Great move. Shot just wide of Moore. And a beautiful move. Again, trying to pick a corner. And not able to do so. Man, I want a monitor. Got to see the replay on that again. Both teams going to make a change. Face-off's going to be down in the Arizona State end. There's Kozubski. Kozubski will take the draw. And the puck loose in front, and nobody there for UNLV to poke it home, even though they keep it in the Arizona State end. And puck goes out of play, so we'll have another face-off in the Arizona State end, just to the left of Moore. So 5:19 to go, third period. Game tied at 2. Kozubski will take the draw once again. Rebels win the draw, back out to the point. Walking in deep, puck finds Kozubski. Kozubski is hit from behind. And as the battle as Cody Williams is involved, Kozubski tries to keep it alive, trying to cycle the puck deep. UNLV in front, score! And then a shove we're not happy with that goal, but UNLV takes the lead on a beautiful centering pass to Joe Kozubski, and Kozubski finally jams one home, and UNLV has a 3-2 lead with 5:02 to go in the third period. And you're not going to find a better feed than that one. And it looks like Cody Williams will get the assist. And that is not out of the ordinary to say, because Cody Williams seems like he's involved in every scoring play, but we'll get the Update on the goal. Here comes Sachs. Kozubski with the goal. UNLV looking for another one. Slapper in front, deflected. Nobody able to get a stick on it, and now back outside the zone. And Williams does get the assist. Arizona State wanted the penalty there as they went into the UNLV end. No penalty called. 4:34 to go in the game. Game 3-2 now, UNLV. Used to saying tied for so long. Back to get it for UNLV is Harrison. Harrison tries to get it up and out of the zone, which he's able to do. Harassed there by Mayer. Mayer doing a good job and now trying to kill some time, but UNLV still has to be on the attack. Here's one-on-one opportunity. Here's Havener. Havener trickles the puck in front of Gordichuk, and Gordichuk was not forced to make it, but now Gordichuk is down and does make a save. And a beautiful save there by Gordichuk. That's Arizona State's 16th shot on goal. With 3:55 now to go. And sometimes, you know, UNLV will not be back home for a while. In fact, UNLV won't be back home until October now, because they'll go to, check that, they'll be back in October against Grand Canyon at home. That'll be the 26th and 27th of October. That's the next time you'll see them here at City National, and they'll be off to Utah on the 5th and 6th of October, and then Arizona State at Oceanside the 19th through the 20th. Point about that is that yes, UNLV, who is hanging on to a slim 1-goal lead, may win this game and go 4-0 as they win the face-off. Most coaches will be happy with there being something to talk about and something to work on. And I think no matter what the outcome, UNLV will definitely have that. Arizona State controls the puck, overskating it as Alizada. Alizada trying to get it in deep, chase there by Horley. Puck behind Gordichuk, still trying to find which team is going to possess the puck as it runs loose back and forth. Now back out to the point. There's Alizada. Alizada trying to lay out a hit. Instead just runs into the glass. And UNLV finally in control. And Malone said, I was wide open, but the puck just wide. Deflects off his stick. Back to get it for ASU is Budman. Budman up through the middle of the ice. So far, not challenged. In on Gordichuk. Gordichuk is down and makes the save. And a great move by Budman, who just went from zone to zone, and nobody really there to challenge him. And Budman said, well, I'll just take it in on Gordichuk and see what would happen. But Gordichuk was there to make the save. The face-off down in the UNLV end as Gordichuk is just getting up now. 2:42 to go. UNLV trying to run its record to 4-0. And the next time we'll see the Rebels, they're going to be on the road in Utah to play at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex against the Utes. And of course the 19th and 20th at Oceanside, as we said. And they'll be back home the 26th and 27th against Grand Canyon. And Grand Canyon, as Arizona State found out, is certainly no pushover, despite the fact they're the Division II team and not a Division I team. So a big face-off with 2:42 to go and the third period. Arizona State wins the face-off. And Budman gets it back to the point, and a wrister in on Gordichuk, and he makes a glove save. Arizona State will go to Arizona to play the Wildcats the 28th and 29th, and then they have a road trip that will take them from Missouri to Arkansas as the puck stays into the UNLV end. The Rebels are in possession with 2:26 to go. And unlike last night where they elected not to pull the goaltender, there's a good stick work there by Kozubski. Kozubski leaves it off. The shot, they score! Well, Kozubski and Williams decided to reverse roles, and Kozubski lays it off to Cody Williams, and Cody Williams finds the top corner, as they've been shooting at that all night, to extend their lead to 4-2. With 2:14 to go in the game, and UNLV has a little bit of breathing room after another fantastic effort by the Sun Devils this afternoon. And a game where you would think that Arizona State would certainly pull the goaltender at some point to try to get the game back within one. Arizona State wins the draw, gets it back up to Hoffenkamp. And Kozubski with the assist to Cody Williams, and well, that combination's been absolutely on fire this year. Joe Kozubski and Cody Williams. And Cody Williams, no surprise, he's done it at every level, and every year I've been involved in the program. Just kid that works hard and is rewarded more times than not. Just under 2 minutes to go, 4-2, UNLV trying to go to 4-0 on the season and hand the Sun Devils their second loss. Shot in at Gordichuk. Gordichuk makes a save. Gordichuk is still down, going from post to post as Arizona State controls down low into the corner. And we're going to have a whistle. 1:41 to go. This puck is tied up. .141 to go, third period. And UNLV may escape here with a W as the puck comes outside. The faceoff is outside the zone, but a lot to work on if the ultimate goal is to be achieved, and that is to have success in Frisco, Texas. Arizona State controls. Kovalchuk bounces it back into the center ice, but UNLV right there to take it back. Here's Sachs. Sachs says 1-on-3. He said no problem. Here's a centering pass in front by Sachs. And Sachs tried to get it to Marshall. Marshall unable to get a clear lane. And now in front of Gordichuk, and he gets a save. Well, that was the best opportunity and the most space that UNLV has given up probably through the last two games. But again, that the shot was right in on Gordichuk's logo. And not too happy is Kovalchuk, and Zachary Kovalchuk had a great opportunity to make this a one-goal game, but instead shot it right into Gordichuk, who made the save and jumped on the puck to freeze it. So 1:07 to go in the game, 4-2 UNLV. Face-off will be down in the Rebel end. A big face-off for Arizona State, and I guess they just are not going to pull goaltenders. Maybe I don't know. They're down by 2 and want to try to make this a one-goal game, but there's no, I don't think goal differential is factored in too much, but again, not electing to get the extra attacker out there. With 45 seconds to go, UNLV has a 4-2 lead. Backhander up through the neutral zone. Here's Lester. Lester being harassed. Shot just wide of Gordichuk. 30 seconds to go. And UNLV looks like they're going to extend their unbeaten streak to 4 games to start the season. Well, from a defensive standpoint from Arizona State, I mean, the word was that a little bit of inexperience, and I thought, despite the fact they've given up 35 shots, I thought they've played pretty well over the last 2 games as the puck trickles in on Gordichuk. He decides to jump on it again. And we'll have another face-off, 24.3 seconds to go. Face-off will be just left of Gordichuk. So a lot to be proud of for Coach Green. And the Sun Devils will certainly make some noise as they move through their schedule. But for UNLV, they have to be awfully happy through 4 games that they are 4-0, although there are a lot of things to be worked on. 8 seconds to go, 5 seconds ago, and Arizona State's just willing to run the clock out as they stand behind more. And that's it from City National Arena. UNLV runs their record to 4-0 with a tough 4-2 victory over Arizona State. And they once again sweep a weekend series. Did it last week to Colorado. They do it tonight to Arizona State. And UNLV is moving through their schedule, but it has not been easy. And of course, from the head coach, Coach Anthony Vigneri-Greener, it's always good to have things to work on, and they certainly do. But nonetheless, UNLV runs the record to 4-0. And we'll see you again at the end of October, the 26th and 27th against Grand Canyon here at City National. And the next time we see the Skating Rebels on the ice will be the 22nd, or check that, 5th and 6th of October against Utah, open at Salt Lake City Sports Complex. And if you haven't had the opportunity to get up to Salt Lake City to see that complex, it's amazing. Do yourself a favor. Last time we were there, it snowed for 3 days, but don't think we'll see that again this early in the season. But thanks for joining us this afternoon from City National Arena, where UNLV ran its record to 4-0 with a 4-2 win. Good luck to the football team this afternoon, and we'll see you again at the end of October against Grand Canyon. I'm Dana Lane. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining us.